Monday afternoon on Kababayan LA, so many news and features to discuss. Don't forget, we're giving away tickets for the Orange County Fair. We have contest mechanics for you later on in the program. But for now, Attorney Reeves is back on Kababayan LA, looking very happy because hopeful news for especially young immigrants.
Thank you, Janelle. Yes, I really have wonderful news today for the undocumented immigrants between 15 and 30 years old.
Is it 15 or 16? Because I know we discussed this
on
in the news.
They're talking 16,
yes.
But it is actually 15.
So even younger.
15 years old, that's the age they have to be in the United States by their 15th birthday. And they have to be in the United States on June 15th, 2012, when this was enacted, and have to be under 31 years old.
We're talking about Obama's executive policy concerning immigration, favoring the young immigrants. We've talked about this quite a few times before on the show, but Attorney Reeves is here to explain to us once more. Attorney Reeves, what will happen? Is this like a free pass? I know this.
Well, this is Janelle, this is the crack in the wall. Obama, he could not give them the DREAM Act. They turned him down, but he's taken a slice out of the DREAM Act, and he's given them a work authorization ID card, which will lead to their driver's license, their social security card, a right to travel around, no deportation, and maybe even ability to visit a foreign country. No.
All right, let's talk about the requirements and who is eligible. You mentioned earlier, 15. They have to be.
They have to be in the country by their 50. Before their 15th, before their 16th birthday.
Okay.
By the time they're 15, they have to be in the country on June 15th, 2012, before their 31st birthday. They can't have any felony record, can't have more than 2 misdemeanors, and certain serious misdemeanors will disqualify them. They have to prove continuous residency in the country for that period of time. They have to show they're either in school, or they have a GED, general education equivalency diploma, or they're in the military, or they're enrolled in school.
Right.
So if they're not in school at all and they don't have any of that, they better get themselves enrolled.
Oh, no. And also, they cannot be above the age of 30.
That's correct.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yes.
30 on June 15th, 2012, so they could turn 31 the following day and still be qualified.
Why is it that? Why 30? Is it just a...
Well, I think they were aiming this for the youth, and I believe it's just a start. This is a 2-year work authorization, and I think within a year or two, all of these people will be made permanent resident.
Does it affect people that are already in deportation proceedings?
Oh, that's a good question. If they're picked up by the Immigration Service, they will be released if they have the qualifications for this DREAM policy. They'll be released, no deportation. If they're already in deportation, proceedings ongoing, the attorney can make a motion to dismiss it, and then they can apply for the DREAM Act. And even those that have already been ordered deported can now make a motion to reopen their case, dismiss the case, and get the 2-year work authorization.
Wow. What about for those that have already been deported back in their own country? Can they still do anything?
Too late.
Oh, okay. But just for the order of deportation, then if they're still here, they can still.
As long as they're here, they could have violated the order, could have been deported 5 years ago. If they fall within these parameters, they can get the case dismissed, reopened, dismissed, and get the 2-year work authorization.
So no need to hide anymore, correct?
Not for those people.
Right.
Not for those people.
But Attorney Reeves, I know we talked about this last time with other people, and they said that they still don't have the process, like the actual mechanics on how to go about this.
It passed last Saturday, June 15th. On Monday, we had a conference call with the Secretary of Homeland Security. And several other law firms were on this conference call, and we got to ask her a lot of questions about what's going to qualify. What do we need? need. And she gave us the details of what we're going to need. We're going to have to prove the 5 years residency with documentation. We're going to have to produce school records. They're going to have to be interviewed at the Immigration Service. They got 53 more days to get their actor ready.
Wow.
And they're going to have to train them and get the forms out, everything else. We want to be, Reeves and Associates wants to be, our clients want to be first in line. We're on the 60th day. We want to be there at the Immigration Service submitting our applications.
So you would suggest to people out there, don't delay, even if we don't know how to apply for this yet, just get the necessary documentation.
Well, we know that it's got a deadline. They have 53 more days to get ready. And so it's not something, well, next year we're going to do something. It's now.
Okay. Okay. And that's the number on the screen. And Attorney Reeves, I just have a feeling that I'll see you again in the next 50, within the next 53 days.
You know, and last time I was here, we talked about the provisional waiver going back to the Philippines with a pre-approved one. And that's still in effect. In fact, the final regulations will be coming out on that very shortly, and they'll be able to go back, and I'm hoping they expand that.
Right. And again, that's the information on the screen if you want to get in touch with Reeves and Associate Attorney Reeves. Thank you so much for helping our Filipinos, our Kababayan.
Our pleasure. My pleasure to do that.
Thank you. More power to you. We have more in Kababayan, LA this time. Out of a job or recently laid off, we have tips for you on how to move on. Don't go